Buongiorno and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. Okay, so first things first, I've lost one of my koi. One of the starter pack has passed away, and that one is my white Doitsu koi. And I was absolutely gutted, and that's why one of the reasons why I haven't posted for a while about the videos. I wanted to try and work on my pond and see what I can do to improve the environment for the fish and try and find out what's gone on. So I'm going to explain to you step by step what's happened, what I've done, the steps I've taken. Be it this is koi keeping, so everyone has an opinion on the best way to do stuff, but this is the way, to the best of my knowledge, of what I have done for my koi, which it's been a bit of a challenge, to be honest, but nonetheless I'm working through it. I am gutted that I've lost my white koi, but it is what it is. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. It all started when I dropped the pond and fixed the leak that I had at the back here at the high return, which was successful, but the body of water that I took out of the pond was about half of it, I'd say. Half of the pond water went out, so I needed to replenish that with new water, which new dechlorinated water and treated water back into the pond, which is obviously a massive change in environment for the koi, which may have contributed towards the white koi's death, to be honest. That's probably my hypothesis, is that his environment changed too much for him and his immune system and his energy levels were too low because of this extremely long, cold spring that we're having right now. The main idea I've got around why that koi died. So I'll just run through it with you. So I filled the pond water up, there's a massive change to the environment. Immediately I sort of noticed, a couple of days afterwards, quite a few of the koi were flicking. The Doitsu koi in question, his behaviour had changed dramatically. Now, he's not the most confident fish, he was never a leader feeder, he was never the bang at the front or anything like that. But his behaviour changed, he'd gone quiet, he'd gone antisocial, he'd put himself in the corner, and he'd really seemed like to be isolating himself, and just a general change in behaviour. Quieter, less movement, in the corners, being away from the other koi rather than swimming in the pack. That, together with the fact that the fish were flicking, I was extremely worried. I did quite a lot of scrapes, but my scraping is... I'd imagine there's kids out there that can do better scrapes than me and better microscope inspections than I can do. I am not the best at it. I'm trying to get better, but I'm just really bad at it. So anyway, I decided to treat the pond because I believe they got parasites with FMG. I treated the pond with FMG. It had a good... After a few days, it had a great effect on the fish. The main bulk of the fish had stopped flicking. They were up at the window, but in fact, I'll pop this video in here now at the side. The main fish had stopped flicking. They were up feeding or trying to feed, but the white one, as you can see at the back here, it was just lethargic. It had got worse. It got less energy about him, less. He was spending less time with the group. He was always in the corner. He was struggling to get around, really. But I couldn't see any marks on him, and I couldn't see any issues with him, like on the skin level, on the not scalation of the fish because he's Doitsu, but there's no marks on him at all. So I was just like a little bit baffled by this. And one thing that I forgot to mention there is, when I dropped the pond temperature was 10 and maybe 11, and then when I refilled it, the pond temperature was 10, maybe just below 10, maybe 9.5, but very, very close. But I think that's relevant to this sort of scenario. So I'd obviously checked my parameters all the way through this, and the one thing that I popped in was a bit of sodium bicarb, and because I know that the KH had come down a little bit with the water change, don't know why, but it had come down to like 3, just bang on 3 really. I prefer mine to be at like 6, 7, 8, so I put a bit of sodium bicarb in, and the white koi continued to become even further more lethargic, to even the point that you could put your hand in the water and pretty much grab him. And then later on in the evening, I noticed that I thought he'd passed, so I scooped him out, put him in the white bowl, and he'd pretty much gone. So I put this little video in here just in case there's some koi fish heads that know more about I do. A little tentative finger in the gills, so you can see the gills are nice and pink, and you can see the body of the fish is absolutely pristine, beautiful colour. Devastated to lose him really, as part of the pack. A few more days had gone on, and everything seemed to be all right after the FMG treatment. So I was out observing the fish and stuff, and then all of a sudden I seen a decline, and I thought at this point I was being a bit paranoid. In Zeb, that's what my wife's named Shuro at Surrey is now called Zeb, which sounds nice. So obviously the Shuro is probably my favourite, if not first, second and third. As you can see there in the back, so you know he's not passed. So the Shuro Zeb, his behaviour had started to decline, and he started going on. At this point I started panicking. I was like, what the hell is going on? With the water, the tests, the parameters are coming back, everything's coming right, the FMG's been in, they're not flicking now, and now I've got Zeb in the corner. Not lifeless, but lethargic, isolated, away from the pack, not being spooked when you're going looking over the top of the pond and the fish normally fly off. He's staying still, and I'm like thinking, shit, not this one, man. And I'm like, I literally can't take it anymore, so I'm like, whatever. So I'm thinking, what can I do? So I go inside, and I know I've got some Koi Masters Advantage. I think, right, I'll just give this a whirl. I'll pop it in. It's supposed to boost the water quality, put some minerals in, make them feel better, improve their environment. And I'm thinking it needs bloody improving. Something's wrong with these fish. Whether they're just poorly, like all humans seem to be poorly at the minute, in the UK, including myself, just got over a chest infection. Wife's now ill. It just seems everybody's ill. So I'm thinking, are the koi like that? Are the koi getting ill like we're getting ill? Or is it the water change? Is it something else? So I'm thinking, right, I'm going to boost their environment. I'm just going to do it. I'm not expecting that much. I had Koi Masters Advantage. Your fish disappear. You can't see them because it goes misty for like 2 days. And I'm thinking, I'm just like fingers crossed about Zeb. And then I see him moving, and I'm like, he's swimming now, so he's actually using his tail and he's pushing himself around the pond, because at one point he was just being guided around the pond by the water. And I'm thinking, come on, you can do it, Zebby. And when the water cleared, Zeb had really improved with the Koi Masters Advantage. Now, I'm not associated with Koi Masters Advantage at all, and there are other things out there, but I know quite a few people use this product and I think it's quite good. And whether that just correlated with the improvement in Zeb, I have no idea. Because the water temperature stayed the same, but Zeb got better. He started to swim with the group. He started to use his tail to propel himself around. He started to become more active and join in, as you can see there. Now he's right at the back there, turning around, using his tail and going back. He's with the group. He's back with the group. And so from that point, obviously he didn't pass. From that point, his progress went up and up and up. So using that Koi Masters Advantage, whether it correlated with him getting over his illness or whether the Koi Masters Advantage made him better, I have no idea. But I'm just glad that I popped that in there and it saved Zeb, because Zeb is definitely my favourite koi, and it's the wife's koi. And as a Shuro, it is stunningly beautiful koi. It's just amazing. So to see him back active and back happy, I'm buzzing. I do use Virkon. I didn't add it back into the pond when I retopped it up. So now I've literally just added my Virkon in, which I do at the last weekend of every month. I put Virkon in my pond. So I'll drop also a link below if it's on Amazon, that you can click on the link, buy something, and I get a small little bit of the commission, which is awesome. So that's where we're at. If there is some fish heads or koi heads or whatever you want to call it, just people with super knowledge, you know what I mean? There is some people that watch the channel, if you look in the links, that consistently comment to help me grow my knowledge or see things that I don't see. Comment on what you think happened, what could have happened, anything that you see on the koi, whether you think it's a water change, whether anyone's experiencing the same sort of thing, whether it is due to the fact that we are having an outstandingly long winter, low temperatures in the pond, and how long can a koi go through torpor, you know, like as in hibernation, the type of hibernation, low feeding sort of thing. How long can the koi go through that? Because if you look at it from October, November, December, we're looking at like 7 months of cold temperatures in an unheated pond. Is that going to affect the fish? Is it the changing environment that affected the fish and the new water coming in? Is it that potentially he's just a poorly fish? I don't know. Is it that I've got this horrible like string algae? Horrible, not string algae, but a layer of like ugliness on the pond. A layer of ugliness on the pond. Is it because of that? I don't know. I absolutely love to see some people, some super people, koi heads, just comment on what they think it could be. Obviously, we're all guessing. It'd be a lot better if I was able to use a microscope effectively, but I'm incompetent in that area. But I did treat with FMG, so it's very confusing. All in all, this is a very confusing event, and I don't really understand what has killed the white koi. how it's died or what's gone wrong, or I'd just love to see other people's opinions on this. Obviously it's terrible losing the koi. It's actually my son's Dylan's, that's it, Dylan's koi, Dylan the villain, because he is very villainous. But that's his koi. He hasn't noticed yet, but he will do, because even though he's 2, he's super switched on, so he will notice at some point. I did want to start adding a few more koi to the pond because it does seem quite empty, but I've made the decision sort of with what I've just gone through, losing that koi and the long winter and everything. I'm probably not going to add any koi until, well, who knows when it's going to warm up, but back to the point, probably about July, and at that point I know I've got my eyes on some little beauties at UK Nishigai. Hey up, just check them out. Look. Look at that, all in the pack, but then you got him over there. Stunning. Okay, so I'm looking forward to reading the comments. Take care guys. Koi Fish Johnny, friendly, fishy, fun. Bit of a shitty episode, but hopefully the next ones won't be doom and gloom and we can get round to having some fun.